in general, I think that they've killed it. We'll start with Bean. Okay, he's made some crazy fucking moves. When he first came in, he came in like a wrecking ball, an absolute wrecking ball. Making trades, getting rid of Darius, getting rid of Sammy Watt, um, signing some free agents. You're like, ooh, boy, what the hell's going on here? But overall, with the turnover of the team that would needed to be done, I mean that's clear. Everybody, hindsight being 2020 here, I think everybody can agree that we needed to get a bunch of these schlubs out of here and start bringing in some new young talent who have the right personality, that are coachable. And I think that Bean has done a really good job on that. Bringing guys in like Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, those two guys right there, absolute stud finds. Yeah, they've had their ups and downs, but for the most part, as we all know, lockdown in the backfield as long as they're healthy. Huge fan of that. And getting rid of Watt, getting rid of Darius. And like I said, we've had some mistakes. Was Ronald Darby a mistake? We don't know yet. We're not sure yet. He's been injured, but he also won a fucking Super Bowl. And he played awesome in that Super Bowl. So we don't know on Darby. But it's up in the air. We'll see how much he gets paid. I mean, Sammy Watkins, going back to Sammy Watt, we were all everyone when he got traded, everybody's like, "Oh, Jesus. What a blessing." The Chiefs paid him 14 mil a year. He's not going to do shit. He's going to have that one or two big game. He'll have a big game every 5 or 6 games, and other than that, below average. Below average. He can't stay healthy, and he's not consistent. 14 mil a year is crazy, crazy money. So glad we got rid of him. Same with Darius, inconsistent, fat slob. Um, but they made some good moves. Some of the bad ones, like okay, it's still up in the air, obviously, but Star Lotulelei, Trent Murphy, those were those guys last year. They had those big signings. Lotulelei, his Pro Football Focus grades was terrible. I get it. He's a run stopper. He does all the intangibles, the stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. Blah 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 blah. I get that, but at the end of the day, he had an underwhelming season, stats wise, and stats talk. That's just how it goes. When you get paid that much money, and he got a pretty fat contract, like my boy Kelvin there next to him. When you get paid that much money, you have to perform, and he was irrelevant. Not irrelevant, but not as relevant as he should have been. And same thing with Trent. When Trent was healthy and out there on the field, he looked like he had some serious, serious go. I was a big fan of Trent when he was on the field, but again, they signed him. They took the risk. He's an injury guy. He's always injured, and last year he played right into that role. So we're gonna see on those guys. We're gonna see, but I in general, I think that the culture change is the biggest thing. Okay? Bringing in guys that agree, that are on the same page. Drafting guys. I love the drafts. Harrison, obviously Terry Johnson, Tremaine, and Josh Allen. It's been the biggest culture change the Bills organization has seen since I've been a Bills fan, and that's been 20 years now. So, in general, I think Bean's killing it, and better than that, even better than Bean is McDermott, Sean McDermott. I fucking love the man. I absolutely have a man crush on him, and I'm not one of these guys that just whatever the Bills are doing, whatever the Bills got going on, I'm woo, I'm all in. No, support them no matter what. I hated some of the Bills coaches. I hated Dick Geron. I hated Chan Gailey. Mike Mularkey, I was a fan of. I liked the trick plays and the creativeness he had. I was a fan of Greg Williams, but there's been some guys that I've absolutely despised. And when it's time to go, it's obvious that it's time to go. We've hung on to some guys longer than we had to. Rex Ryan. It was fun for about a month, and then Rex Ryan did what Rex Ryan did. I love Sean McDermott. Everything about him, the culture that he's bringing. You see those videos of him interacting with the players and how he's stern, but he also lets them know that it's a game and he wants them to go out there and have fun. Just everything in general. Seems like a stand-up dude. And what the Bills have done in these last 2 years has been nothing but incredible. Getting to the playoffs with that team 2 years ago with Tyrod Taylor as your quarterback was he should shoot way up in the power rankings for head coaches. He took this way below average team in the middle of a turnaround, in the middle of a complete culture change, and took them to the playoffs. Absolutely unbelievable. And last year, everybody knew that there was going to be a step back. Yeah, did he make some mistakes? Absolutely. McCarron, Peterman, it hurts. It hurts. I was rooting for Peterman. It hurt. It was a mistake. But you live and you learn. And McDermott seems like one of those guys that once he fucks up, once he makes that mistake, he learns from it, he does his due diligence, and he makes sure the same mistake doesn't happen again. And now we got our quarterback. And now we have our quarterback. We're going to build around him. This year, it's too soon to be making predictions. It's too soon. Obviously, there's so much going on, and we're going to dive into the combine and free agency tonight. But, sorry, I'm a little stuffy, guys. But I fully preparing to make the playoffs next year. It's playoffs or bust next year already, because I know they're going to make moves. I know they're going to bring in a couple wide receivers, draft some guys. I know they're going to bring in O-linemen. I know they're going to add some depth to the defense that's already disgusting. I already know all this. So, and I trust these guys. I trust Beat. I trust McDermott to bring in the right pieces. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to see who they're going to bring in and how they're going to go about this thing. But next year, I'm already calling it 2019, 2020. It's playoffs or bust. I'd like to fucking win a playoff game. I think it's very, very possible. And we'll know more, obviously, over the next month or so, next 2 months. But right now, I love the direction this team's going in. And, hey, guys, G-Show here with the Buffalo Bills and Blindsided Sports. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for all of our unique content. We're going to be doing video shows, podcasts, all the above. We're going to be diving deep into what the Bills have going on this offseason, and we're going to continue our coverage for next year. So make sure you check us out, like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Go Bills.